Enra, Father's Day. Na very typical. Who send ye na Mother's Day, Ghana for your program, na ye post ye mama num ni ye and your baby na Father's Day no. And tisa na there's a lesson in there. There's a lesson in there. And for young fathers like myself, and for people like myself, but I am still a father, For young fathers or young future fathers like myself, I think there's a lesson in there, and I'm going to talk about it because at the end of the day, I feel there's a particular style. Anyway, don't worry. And Raul, maintenance, I had a sober reflection. Nah, I came to a realization. Charlie, Papa Fwenye easy, man. Charlie, Papa Fwenye easy. Charlie, enye easy. Cry. Yesterday it was, Anyway, we are talking about His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Mahama Ebabe Meki post me. Who say a lot of people are reacting to it. You might see it in a certain way, but I feel like this is a cry out. Now post na Mahama Meki or say fathers. One can send be brave, but some ngrofoti asye. Na Mahama tre say Father's Day. O share flowers a yede bre wo no Mahama, bouquet a yede bre wo no Mahama, kakre bi keke a eda ni TV nchen. Na so share ma melody na Mahama, Mother's Day, bouquet, flowers and grofo de bre no. Ayomo demu ma. Ayomo living room ho, aye ho ma. O share bouquet na Mother's Day. Into here, Lordina's bouquet on Mother's Day. Flowers na ye demu ho ni na ma. Na so no Mahama. Father's Day, Oshe ni bouquet ya unya ya. We sure say ne baba eno no kratomano. So we no ka say fathers. Natre say papa num eyana edding yen celebrating. A lot of people commented on this. I will do a video. Maybe I'll do a video and then read the comments. But in the comment box, a lot of people are laughing. But there's a real lesson in this, and I'm going to say that. And then first time Mahama subscribe and click the notification bell on so. When you see our latest news be about on sa ebeka. This video is kindly sponsored by Corporate Logistica. Say car now pese car ni ye jumama wa Ghana. Na unya so mfaso a mesre. Corporate Logistica the most prominent vehicle management company in Ghana. And one is all they can be show munsem. That's all they can show munsem and no. Or more be driver. Wa can ye odieno. Chese can be ye juma no mo etua they will take care of everything. Bibia wa can obia or more be take maintenance ba issue ba wa can ho a esi omo so omo mba ho ma megisike bia. Fra wo mo 059 8022033. What you say? Ombe stress nephew. So oyo ba na onim se mi twi car akesie ya. For Corporate Logistica na onyomo entwetwe nkomo. Na miguso a kai wo se wefu so. Na opese wefu ba form. Opese hu dia obeye ebe ma wefu aba form en 10 mo book na that screen so no your friend your action plan for weight loss. Fa number no betumi aposi video no na wa fa number no ana se link bi e wo comment box ni mu. O click here obenya book no in all the formats a ope. What you say? Obenya in all the formats. Book ni 3 video cry available into uni makenkanya, don't worry. Now, yesterday I came to a realization. This is the realization. And me who say Father's Day. I was Father's Day. There is a picture of Meme Papa. My father is late. Right? Maybe Papa over here 1994. I'm the 1993 was the 1994 and I'm Papa who here. It's me Papa who here chenye nde asem. Now there's a picture of me Papa. That picture has always been with me. That picture has always been with me. You see, in my life, Charlie, I've seen my mother go through things. you know, because one decision I me mama make ya and then aboa me pa and they say emra me papa wu ye no me mama take decision be say obe spending a life obe dedicating a life. No, they are taking good care of me. Uncle Hane ho enkonko share our bimu because my mother knew say so koko ware no ni obi foforo koko wa ebi ana ni amba me ho so because a different marriage also o man ni kosa family ne so my mom decided to dedicate her life to take care of me. And that decision I me take here no, I am always going to be grateful to her because and there baby I made do we ask him no utracing it back it was because of that decision. And it's a school fees krana I was say bia this carton to mabi until there was a time and there was a period there about 10 to 20 years na me mama on ton to my foforo want to bibi foforo onye sike bia or the two for my school fees until me SS, me university, me bibia, onuana, or share, onuana, or didn't seek a share me throughout that time because of the decisions she took. You know? And see, there is a picture of my father. As our picture, no. Ayana, then times me son, sometimes I become sad. Na me hwesa me papa ne picture no na matinisuo. Then I blame my father say Dientiana, you know, he had, I mean, of course he had no hand in it. But me blame him say Dientiana wu ya and then mama brabo aye diama me ne me mama sa because during that time no na life ain't easy. Charlie, there was a third book I was writing. I'm a third book, no me trust anyamani na one, but book no for about a year ni me trust our book now. I've ditched that book because the things I was writing in the book no they were too emotional. It is our book no maybe later and yes it's here try later the stories in the book. But there was a time there were moments where I could look at myself in the mirror and I was just crying. I'll look at pictures of my father and I'll just cry because I heard stories. Because me papa wu ya no na was just 8 months. I heard stories about my father. No nyo bi abeka say onibi o hwe ni age mates ni bra wabo bra otutu kwan at that time na nanfofo ni na or car or ye way or see way or like Oshana or you well to do at that age, no, at that time, at that particular period, no ni menyama. Nancy, me shall say me true books can I make time say, hey, oh papa subai me na wafa, unso papa no true book. Then times no so true books, no new of true books ni nyama. And I'm saying I didn't even know all these things. But sometimes to me ye bibi and me mama can say, hey. O papa suban also papa no yesi also papa is now say investment I make catch them grow for say ni no e yana me ma me catch me so also papa so sa no catch them grow so munye investment so munye we ni suban ni bia na so wafa on the matro books and grow for investing in Ghana into all those things, right? And these are things I didn't know, right? These are things I didn't know. But I digress. Let me just, because it's Father's Day, let me just pour out my heart and speak. You know, so when my father died, I was just 8 months, and so it has been my mother throughout, and because she took that decision, so that decision I will take here, you know, I am eternally grateful to her, you know, because onyamre esheme, me nanfofo ni nanim, na me nanfofo ni nanim, na oba behwe me fie, baby ana me mama tia, na enye, you know, we were living in a kiosk. But se me nanfofo here books me nanfofo ano mo ti fie a eyese wo sikafo fie kra no na books bi wo ho kra na yentumi nton mo but omo hia books no mo ba me ho because omo nim so se na de ye kɔ ne ho ane mame ato ama no enti na baby a yetenye insuo to a empa ye da so efo that time insuo to a ye nda demo nina insuo beku ho nina yenna. But the latest book me wo, the latest past question books me wo, me mami ato ama me. Adie bia me hia bia wo se me disua adie bia me wo, me mami ato ama me. So very early in life, I did computer science in KNUST. Very early in life. And I me mami who say, and that was around primary. And I me mami who say, me pe computer. Ase me who computer na me ni aje. Into ba me area, that time me area, and then me navel for. I was one of the very first people na me work computer. But uba me fear be who say, ablanti baby oti or moti kiosk mu na so work computer. It was because of the decisions you and me mami take. Nti adie bia na ebe ma me sua de no. Na on think it twice. Me catch na obeto ama me. When I was going to SHS, I was one of the very few people and I me wore laptop. That time na fiance laptop aba fresh. Na microphone ni ma dear friend laptop. Hey, that time me ma me ko bobo sia na that or the years in it here laptop no or the years or bobo sia ma me. That laptop no na laptop your friend Umatech. Nigeria for laptop be. And na me used to Umatech. So I remember even going to university, that was the laptop I was using in first year. You know, going to university, na phone. Me go university, me mami mobile phones. That time na me mami mobile phone na wo na down for bi o wa broche and I was sending mobile phone. Na that time na mobile phone in Yambuye. My friends will tell you when I was in GSS, my friends will tell you I was one of the very first people na me did mobile phone about school in GSS. So it was my mom's mobile phone. Na down for bi o America. If an auntie nana, I no sending mobile phone. Mama, na mama dia mama na dia school. Me go university no, and the mobile phone share me that. Listen, Charlie, you know, I'm emotional. But send America no, I'll be looking at my father's picture and I'll be crying because I was seeing the troubles we were going through. Senya, Charlie, abrabo fighting. Life is not easy. Baby ane yeti especially in you to peseya yenda. Nansio no gugu baby atrese. Na me soon me say papa. I didn't see na we giants I didn't see na we giant. Oma ye presse. To me share me papa. Sometimes you to me share me papa picture na me boy fool. Say Charlie. But you know, growing up I got to hear stories of my father and I realized that senya meteno in fact someone told me say obia wonim me pa onim me papa. Ose onu di onim say me papa hunhuma na aba be hye me mu because o hwe senya me ye ma de ene senya me te senya me sonwa senya me suban te sa pepepe na me so me papa te odwen ho won ti ase. So growing up, you know, my mom also telling me to me ye bibi me metina na ma ye bibi na me mama atre me say because when senya me kano when my father died I was just 8 months. Na me share the name no sir. And my mom didn't marry again. She just dedicated her life to take care of me. I remember my papa my mom was just around 30 years. Nkobe to me worry. You know? Into all those things. You know, Enra, I was me confirm me papa ni old picture be. And I'm ma AI. Picture ni black and white. And I'm ma AI. And my picture ni colored picture. Nam afi me share picture ni say I say hey Charlie. Me share papa ya me say hey. You know, yesterday was an emotional day for me. But what I realized me say me nan fufu bebree a woman chain. And I me nan fufu bebree almost around me. I say obia papa u. And me I am in my 30s. Me nan fufu nso bebree they are in their 30s. Omu na posti omu papa nom obia papa u. And I just came to a rude awakening say, hey, it is serious oh. Like, ye do sa age way nina, ye nina do na ye papa no mewu. Like, yesterday I just came to that rude awakening. Say, hey, do na ye nina this age, me age mates be now mo post your mo papa no mo bia say about 90% of me nan for no mo post your mo papa no ni ha, mo no mo papa mo enu mewu. And I was like, no, there is something. Probably maybe it is the Ghanaian system. You know, senya papa num or brea on you biane nkasa. Onon kwa or go through issues omon kwa, they are not really even appreciated enough. Fathers are not appreciated enough. It's when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama posted this. Me, I saw the deeper side of it. At least obadi wo suwa. Onipe bi betumi atwiniti na nipa kona yeden. Nipa kona jeno. You know, fathers go through a lot, but onyo obi ankan asementre no. Ti papa fo bebre odene hum sa obon say we free. So yesterday that was the lesson, you know. I was like, how weird that about 90% of people in my age and what I was saying is, hey, abrabo ye didn't say I can hear papa be too for no, yeah, papa no me wage. How were they expecting us to, you know, to go through life? How were they expecting us to go through life? So yesterday I was going through a lot. Listen, and yesterday I was going through all those things out. It was just an emotional day for me. And one of the conclusions I made, and I said, it is up to you to take good care of yourself, to take good care of your mental health. So yeah, Bema, because and Father's Day, you know, I'm talking about fathers. It is up to you to take good care of yourself, to take good care of your mental health. Because you see, this life, it is your life, but your life goes beyond you. It is up to you to eat well. It is up to you to be exercising. It is up to you to live long for your children. Because absenya brabo ye din, senya brabo ya ye din, ebusuanfo. Si wenya papa bi anso wonsa wonya mebi mu a. Chale. Senya nipa bre wasasi so pan. Ankembre bi pan papa bi wo be bi na obetro say yese chale. Listen, it is me and Americano. Me in my life, the people who played fatherly roles, my brabo mu, my uncles and my what you say, but Tomokrano, they are not going to even get time because they have their own children. So they are not even going to get time to, you know, to teach you certain things in life, like your own father would. So yesterday I was thinking through all those things. I was like, Charlie, I can't wait to be a father. Charlie, I can't wait to be a me pana oye papa. Listen, mano, give them the world. Like, give them knowledge. Give them knowledge. Me wo books bi wa ha. Me catch me now for say I have certain books bia. Me de ato ho say me wo babema books no. Me de bema no say one kind. Because there were certain things in my life and Misusu said nanka me wo papa ne betre me. But me ni na monsieur anyama bi. You know? Obema unhia papa wo abrabom. He oba bia obeka kire say o ma wo ba especially say papa ne tia say now the oba ni dwane say da bi he jai. Say wa wo ba no ye bema, you need the man in the life of akolano. This is an advice. Because life will be tough. Or your bema, life will be tough for him. On here, papa. Papa ni na betre ni say dabi. Go through. Yenisi. Sometimes, you know, let me tell you the truth. Yeah, sometimes krano. Obema ni do age bi send your name makra be kasakra no. On here say papa ni na betre ni sanyama no. It is not a joke. Because Obama bia do age bia eya no person ne mba kasa but to do na ya no musuru hu oba na wo suru so ne be kasa wo bonse obi odi ne gina oba anim se one ne nkasa na opopo sa nyama ni na wo papa wo wabra abomu a obetumi atrel so da bi okwa oni oba kasa ade we ne wo se wo kan first say ne wo se oni oba kasa nyama bi say. Let me tell, when I was young, let me tell you something. When I was young, I didn't understand women. Na me ntim ba se. Because ade ana mi hu ne se senya mbe ma yen ye dwen no. Na me hu ne se sa na nke wo se mba nso dwen. But you know, me nyi ya me sha se me read books bi. Ene ma me hu senya mba e dwen. Ena me hu se okay, e ma dwen is different from mbe ma dwen. And some of the books you can read, book be I find The Ways of a Superior Man. That book is going to teach you, you know, abema wati mba se, ene mema se. Some of sanyama wena for you know ni papa nom ni obi antre books eni yesuan sanyama ni free mo. But for mema ni bi mo papa nom ne etro mo say listen oba de mempopo oni oba kwakasa mempopo okwapopo a ebia na oba no opopo ye na oba no mpe wasem fa kukuduro okwa kase okan we ya kase. Into some people they had, you know, and this is just on the lighter side, but I'm just telling you, sometimes in life ebia obi wo wa even investments kra no ne papa na betre ne say da bi fa osika sha na befa yese ebefa, you know. There are a lot of people in Abrabomo and them because papa ne son and such and say me ye way amfa until you say. Yeah, and listen, let me you see this my book, the Ghanaian investor book we are matrono. Who we did nyame wo mu. Do you know how I got the knowledge? I made it through book way. It was because I lived the life. Here, we share my story now. Because I didn't have a father, and because me papa wu yache, me mame or take a decision say or non kwan nebeye no. So what my mom did and say, ohun say so non kwan beye na farmer na also ohun baby odi ni sika besi. Also ohun say you be investi. It's most of the things I talk about in that book way, because I saw my mom do them. What you say? Enti ofa na adwen se wono nko ene beye ninti. Onya ni sika na sika no odi ahye baby na investi amano odi sika. My mom was investing in the Ghana Stock Exchange. She didn't even understand what Ghana Stock Exchange was, but she was investing in the Ghana Stock Exchange. She was investing in mutual funds. That time, she did not even understand what mutual fund was, because she knew, say, asu dear done so obey no. So one face he came here, a bedding. And so she was exploring the sectors. Time now, she made sure, say, I was in the know. Intina me mami de nisika share ha na minim. Sa time no trem me kai o de nisika ko share Ghana Stock Exchange no. Sa time na what o se wato ade bi e fe ni ETI. No omo ye news a me na me check price na ma no. All those things me I didn't know then. But na me ni say me mama se wa akwa to bi e fe ni ETI. Intina me check ETI price. And then me ba benyi ye no. Di sa nyama we na me nso me de nisika shem. Ghana Stock Exchange and these investments and e boa me. It will have me books na matrona about the life na me live, you know, because of where I'm coming from. What you say? And all that. But you see, I don't know. I'm just all over the place. But because it was a Father's Day, and yesterday I was looking at, you know, my father's picture, and it was a black and white picture, and I'm a AI. Emma picture me ye colored. Me de tre me mama na fi me mama ato me mama so. O si no. Me mama hu picture na ye from black and white to colored. No say hey, ato me so. You know, it's your fathers. Charlie, fathers are blessings. You know, fathers are blessings, and So I think say your ultimate goal is to be, is to be a good father. For me, at the end of the day, that's my ultimate goal. And when I was in SHS, and I'm a boss, I'm no, a trainer and coupon. Say me, he should just let me be a present father, a father who, who will be in the life of my man, teach them things about life, show them love. Because growing up, I didn't have that thing. Me say, me kai pan say, that time primary JSS. Na, madam fubi, ne papa, me nam for no, omo papa no ababe parky cars. No mo papa na ababe form way free school. Hey, na me te papa me say, rade. So I remember that time. I remember this very well. Na my troll letter. Mami. Because them ram son, they didn't tell me. No one can tell me say, me papa who. A man can't tell me. Me son, I don't know. They thought say bibi your mom say me who intino. In Bram war primary, they didn't tell me. It's just someone can tell me so me papa kwa brochi. In this time now my troll letter. Na me dia mami. So on send letter ne mami papa. Na my troll letter na me dia mami. Hey. Yes on. Ubu say me kwa search me mami bag. Ubu say letter ne still on the bag nim. Na me say letter ma trauma me mami so on send mami papa no. Dey jana letter no. E wo bag nim still. Bon se me hu en kola me hu me mates no money omo papa no nam. Hey, I me say da venda me so me papa beba da venda. Hey Charlie, so SS and I'm a bomb by say God, don't let my children go through what I've gone through. Grant me life. Let me be healthy. Let me be strong. And me woman mano. There are a lot of lessons I'm going to take. There are a lot of in my head. There are a lot of lessons. I'm not planning to make man. There are a lot of things in my head. And Crawford who me mom said that be a branchy melody we move the melodies, but because and your man colane be at that age and someone colane cano, but who say no. Papa wa sheda na wa train man nyama bi. So all you need is to live a good life. It goes beyond you. It is a kono mensa for drugs. Now for drugs now think about oma. Hey, ade we am ko fe me baba yare na me jam mane ho a abrabo no be ko senya momuni. Think about them. You see, once you start thinking in that way, we want to say life goes beyond you. You take good decisions. So when you see kebia fesi because ma da chinti fesikani bi si invest sikani bi obi wo ho nya sika wo dini na ende ya brabo de jiweni da bi. Think about your future. Think about your ma. O de say nya wo kra na ma. Me, I invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange. And one of the things I invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange a lot every single month. MTN. Me top MTN shares every month. And the MTN shares na me to no. I am not buying it in my name. Obi obe me bia be catch them. MTN shares na me to in no. I am not buying them in my name. As someone me catch microphone say me to ato hwa ma member. That is my plan. Until that be 10 years to come, 20 years to come. MTN shares no ba benyi because MTN no hwe plan na 10 years to come. Ebe ye kesese de ye hu nesisi ano. Ti ba benyi na sika na me de ato shares nso ba benyi a at least me mba betumi de omonsesi omo bo aka se ye papa japade a wodi gya ye ni wa to shares nti ye ka MTN owners a ye nso ye MTN owners. And I feel say it's one of the least things I can even do for them. This is just, I mean, I'm not a father yet, but the day God will bless me to be a father. The day God will bless me to be a father. Nyankopon na beka say, hey. Anyway, that's that. Into Happy Father's Day. Obi will tell me biano Happy Father's Day. It is not easy for us fathers. It is not easy at all. It is not easy at all. But there is blessing in it. There is blessing. Maybe as I say some microphone can. but there is blessing in it. And you need to take pride in that. You know, take pride in the fact that Bibi si we fear a yawuna a baby so. Obia pe bibia wuna baby. Take pride in that fact. There is a reason why God has placed you in that position. It is stressful. I'm not going to lie. It is now me at this age, me cry at this age, no. Charlie, at this age, me cry at this age, no. And easy because bibia ba it's me so, but no cry no. Sometimes you are stressed because sometimes we see can be in a plan be our having no. Bibi be boom be we say sikano I will say come. But there is a reason why God has placed you in that position. And as a man, you need to pick up the tax. You know, you need to pick up the tax. Montreal your comment box. This was a long one. Montreal your comment box.